Well, hello, everybody. My name is Sarah, and this is Sarah the Shopper, Pearls of Wisdom. And here it is, January. That happened fast. Didn't miss the holiday season at all. Definitely abbreviated for me with all the blah blah. And so busy at work though. And so anyway, I'm here to talk about shopping, what we do. And this particular video is about being self-employed. And maybe last year, 2021 was your first year of doing gig work. And hopefully you were able to put some tools in place before you began so you're not catching up with yourself just to file your taxes and to get as many write-offs as you possibly can from the mileage and the wear and tear and your cell phone, all the things that like I deduct. And I always kept a little mileage thing. I do an Excel spreadsheet. And because I went through like four or five cars last year, my accountant's just going to roll his eyes at me like he usually does. Oh, what job are you working now? And doing all the mileage because there's a start and stop for what you do for your work for Instacart, DoorDash, Uber Eats, all of those sort of things. Now, all of my things got combined into one. He said I didn't when I started this a few years ago. He said you don't have to differentiate between each company that you work for. You'll get the 1099s and, all the mileage is combined. And of course it is as we multi-gig, right? Multi-app. So, we're doing an Instacart, then we do two Uber Eats after that, and then we do another DoorDash, and then, so it would be impossible to keep all of that separate. Thank God the IRS is all right with that. So I hope that you put some good financial tools in place. When I do gig work, 20% of what I make goes into a pot. I have an E-Trade account with a zillion little specialized thing. One is for taxes. One is for the CPA because he's like $900 to do my taxes, but I have rental property too, so it must get convoluted and confusing, and way above my pay grade. So I'll pay him to do it, like I have for the last 25 years. And so I put money aside for taxes. I put money aside for the CPA because I want to pay him all in full when I pick up my taxes because that's just the kind of gal that I am. I figure he works for me. I don't want to leave him dangling. I just like it. It's clean. It's done. And so in my little E-Trade account, I put away all the different pockets of where I might need some money. Not to mention, your future. You might want to put aside a little something, something in a stash for like when you're told that you need a new muffler, when you're told, that you get in an accident and they want $1,000 deductible, or even worse, 2,000 deductible. Uber and all of those companies aren't that generous. When I had my Explorer and I ran over that bike, that was a very expensive bike slash accident. I paid and I paid and I paid. And if I didn't have my knipple, as Judge Judy calls it, I guess it's a Jewish term for having a little stash, I would have been SOL, which you know what that means, right? So you want to have little different pockets of money that is there to take care of yourself. That's part about being self-employed. You are your CEO, right? And so you want to have, you want to break down when you have that great week, who knows, 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, as if with Instacart these days you can do that. You want to allot money. It's already there and it grows week after week after paycheck, and you're covered. So then it's one less stress. You don't want to put a car repair on a Visa because there you go with the high expense of the interest payments and everything else. So it's a cover your base. You're a CEO. You want to take care of yourself. You want to take care of your company. You want to have funds available for whatever it is that you need to have funds available for. just gas alone. I still have $50 taken out of my in-store shopper paycheck, from Shaw's to go for gas because it's expensive. I probably would be paying $100 a week for gas if I was still doing strictly the gig work. And if that's your case, you need to too. Just always, get that check. And the thing I loved about the gig work was every day was a payday, right? A Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday. Loved that. And so I would break it down if I had, if Uber, I did $200 worth of Uber work, it would be, 20 to taxes and, 10 there and 50 extra for gas and then something for auto repair, paying off the car payment too. I was just always breaking it down. And so after all the little put asides were done, it didn't look like I made any money, but there was something left over. But I wanted to take care of those expenses up front because you don't want to be caught, needing $2,300 to keep your car going on the road and having to use that credit card. That can get you into trouble. And if any of you have ever had credit card trouble, you know what I'm talking about. So I always have gone by pay yourself first, whether I was a waitress delivering newspapers, doing that car gig in the used car lot thing that I did for like a year. All the different jobs that I've had, I've always paid myself first. And I do this funny thing. It's like 52 weeks of the year. And I've got it posted up here, and I've been doing it for years. And if you look up 52 weeks of the year savings, you'll see it online. Week one, you put in $1, and week 52, you put in something like $32 or $52. So I do 1 week up here and 1 week down here. It's always 53. So I've been putting $53 away, one little one and one regular one. It ends up $53. 52 weeks of the year forever. It's $1,378. And the way that I know that is because I've been doing it for so many years. But it's kind of funny. When I was married to another person, and when we got divorced, he had a business. And so in the divorce, he got the post office box number because, all of his business accounts and customers and clients and letterhead and stationery, all of it said P.O. Box 1378. I know, it's kind of funny, isn't it? Just how weird things happen. And so I had to give up that number and get another post office box. Obviously, you'd want to if you're divorcing somebody. So that was kind of funny. But when it ended up being on the 52 weeks of savings, $1,378, and it's done. Every week, $53 goes into that. And at the end of a year, there's $1,378 that, is good. And so it's a little something, something. I save other money as well for the car, for the taxes, for the CPA, things like that. But it's very important to do that. And it's also very important to log your mileage. I used little business cards, the back of them. And, my starting mileage was 33,277 for Tuesday. And then when I ended, I put that in too. I immediately come home, undo my day, plug back in my phone, get into my loungy clothes, and put on the Excel how many miles that was. Done, dusted. So I'm not scampering, or fabricating a mileage chart for taxes, for the last 12 months. That's an ordeal. So as you begin this year and you're doing your gig work, there's a lot of upfront things, and it is your company. You are the CEO, the CPA, the COO, and the CPA's over there getting the 900. And so take care of yourself with the little somethings allocated to the little places so you don't get in a jam. And especially, the mileage. I'm sure there's real apps that have mileage things on them as well. I'm just old school, so it's the Excel thing that I do. And just make sure you're covered, because 5 minutes a day towards your business and allocating and planning and putting aside and doing your mileage, you're done. And then you don't get nightmares in like a number of months where it's like, oh, oh, why didn't I do that? You don't want to be feeling like that or be in that predicament, right? So, anyway, this is Sarah the Shopper. Just the little, January, new year, fresh start. Let's be organized. You are the CEO. I don't think that you'll be going to Palm Springs for, a 2-week golf championship, but, you take care of yourself, you put your money away. You are the CEO of your company, and you want to be a good, tidy boss and structured and disciplined, right? So thank you so much for watching. I will see you here the next time, probably dealing with customer complaints and all the usual BS, but this was just a January thought. Thanks for watching. I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye for now.